Prior to the pandemic, around that time, that's when I started attending a Christian church. And then COVID, of course, happened. And I was being like plugged in with God, but it was very one-on-one with Jesus. And one of the things I was praying is, God, just put me at a church that you want me in, that you want me to serve, that you want my family in, that you're gonna, create a community around me. So one day I was speaking to my niece, Maria Jose, and I was like, these kids need to go to church. And she goes, Thea, why don't you try my church? It's like down the street from your house. And I was like, where? And she was like, at Regal. And I just came like that following Sunday. And it was just out of like a quick conversation that I had with her, and God placed me exactly where he needed me. I had been diagnosed with cancer in 2021 before finding a One Name church, and I had been in remission while I found One Name. So nothing was going bad in my life. Everything was great. I was like, I found church. And then a few months ago in May of this year, after being in community for almost a year, I got a re-diagnosis that I had come back. So I think the first thing that God revealed to me is like, now you have a church that's going to walk with you through this. And this church is a family. Like, they are the ones that have brought me meals, that have prayed, that have texted me, that have called me, that have allowed me just to like express my hurt, my ups, my downs. And that week that I got the diagnosis, it was like on a Wednesday. That Sunday, we were praying. I was being anointed, in front of our home team, and it was just so powerful to see, what was our response? Our response was just we're going to pray through this. That's all we can do. That first week that I started treatment, I had a meal every Tuesday in the front of my door. And I cannot tell you, what that did to me. It wasn't just a meal anymore. It was my family just telling me, I'm here, we're here. And I didn't even know what to do with that. I was always the person that would be like, I want to give you a meal. I want to do this. So I had to learn to receive. And I said, Jesus, allow my heart to receive. People randomly text me or randomly call me, really when I was in my dark place saying, Jesus, where are you? I need you right now. Somebody from the church reached out, or I picked up a box of cards that I had received from everyone, and I was reading them, and there were such intentional prayers there. The third round of chemo came in, the doctor, and he said, I need to run a scan on you. Mind you, this was essentially stage 4 recurring cervical cancer. So none of it was going to be good. He's like, I need to run a scan to see if this treatment is working, because my body wasn't really responding great to it. And my husband's friend, that's a radiologist, read the scans, and he called me himself and he said, Angie, there is no indication of cancer in any of these scans. In anything that I'm reading, there's nothing. The cancer's gone. And I was like, what? I went up to her and I said, Pastor Jamie, I no longer have cancer. I'm cancer free. And I just remembered saying, God, thank you for healing me. The shout and the joy that came from the home team, that they witnessed themselves an answered prayer, that they witnessed a miracle. I carry around that report. This is God's miracle. This is your living proof of God's miracle. And finding strength through him. And the way that I found strength through him was through my church.